I'm DrFlux, and today we are looking at a very unique, cool blaster that is actually a kit that goes to the Bigshot. Now the Bigshot is a mega shooting jolt, if you will, for Mega. This right here is called the Traveler from Rainbow, and this right here has an internal clip that can hold 4 darts, and if you would like, you can swap it out for the 6 dart inline clip. Very cool. So we're gonna take a look at this blaster today. We're gonna kind of talk about it, give our impressions, talk about the build of it. This is not a build guide. If you would like to see a build guide, I will put a link in the description to Rainbow Owl where he shows how to build one of these. This is more of a review of this kit, and we're gonna take this thing outside, check its chronograph numbers, and get some accuracy checks. So let's jump right into the video. So what we have here is a kit from Germany. This is from Rainbow, and it is a kit that goes over a Bigshot. Now, a Bigshot is a mega shooting jolt, essentially, and what this does is it goes over it and allows it to have an inline clip, which is really cool. With the shorter nose variant that I have right here, this can hold 4 darts. So essentially you just kind of drop the darts in right in the front like that, and it'll bring it up to about there. You put 1 more dart in, and then it just kind of slides on, and then you twist it and you're ready to rock. Priming it is just like a normal Bigshot, but you have to give it a nice little thrust downward to pretty much seat that dart so that you can then pop it off. But yeah, it's great. Super reliable. Really compact. I love the size of this thing. This thing really is a very good little small sidearm that would be great for just a gear loadout. I don't know if I'd necessarily run this thing as a primary. It could definitely handle its own in an HVZ, I would think. I think you would probably want to run 2 of them, to be honest, because you risk that chance of having to open this thing up, put your darts in, put it back on, and you're kind of vulnerable for a little bit as you're doing that. So having a secondary that you could just grab real quick and fire a shot off would be really good, which would be really good for this particular blaster if you wanted to run this as a primary. So Rainbow Owl offers these as a fully assembled kit or fully assembled blaster, and then a kit in which you can assemble yourself. I opted to go with the one where I assembled just because it's a pretty enjoyable build, to be honest. He has a great build guide, which I was going to do a build guide, but after watching his, like, he really explains in detail how to put one of these together. So if you have any questions, check out that build guide. And I can tell you right now that this build is not that hard. It's very easy. The shell cutting, anytime people deal with shell cutting, it can be a little bit daunting, but this one's not too bad. It's just a straight cut here, and then you just cut down, and he shows exactly where to make the cuts. In the end, I just did some filing just to make sure that it flushed up really nicely. But yeah, I mean, I think it turned out really good. I really like how he added this little nameplate on there. Just that little level of detail is so cool. It's a really attractive little blaster, so very happy to add this to my collection. So we took this outside, and basically this thing was very accurate at 30 feet. I had no trouble shooting cups at 30 feet. And I think this thing would just perform really great as, like I said, like a secondary or even a third type of blaster you can pull out and just have a reliable, good shot, you know, if you need it in a pinch. I did get some chronograph readings off this blaster. Let's check the FPS of this. Now, keep in mind, this is a used Bigshot that I found at a Goodwill, so I don't know how good this spring is gonna be. But let's check it out. 74. 65, 80, 83, 82, 92. The thing about Goodwills or even thrifting blasters is sometimes they prime it. They'll prime that thing and just let it sit for like a day or a week or who knows how long. And that's horrible for a spring. But with that said, the numbers were not horrible. As you can see here, they are pretty standard for something you'd see in like an HVZ, so that's fine. When it comes to like a sidearm like this, I'm not looking to make long, accurate sniper shots with this. This is really just pull it out and fire at, you know, probably like 20-foot engagements. So when you're talking about a 20-foot target or 10, 15, like you really don't need to be hitting over 100 FPS, in my opinion. So overall, I would say this is a great blaster to have in your armory or your arsenal. I think it's really cool. I actually want to get a few more. These are one of those types of blasters, like if I'm with a group and I'm trying to kind of outfit some friends, like here, take one of these, take a Nexus Pro, take a hammer shot or whatever. This is one of those blasters I wish I had a few and be like, hey, here, this is a good, dependable, reliable sidearm. Grab one of these. You know, I really can get behind this thing. And the price point of them is so good that I have like 4 Bigshocks, so I feel like just building out a few of them. Because like I said, having these to just hand out to friends to give them, you know, something to help them through the fight, I think it's a really good option. Well, I'm DrFlux, and that pretty much wraps up this review of the Rainbow Bigshot kit, the Traveler. I think I'm actually going to run a survey to see how many people actually like inline clips. I think they're really cool, but I'm not sure what everyone else thinks about them. I know obviously people love magazines. It's probably the most popular method of reloading a blaster is probably a magazine. And I think drums are probably up there, but I don't know where inline clips sit. So I'll probably make a post to see what people think about that. I want to thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video to help grow this channel. I appreciate it greatly. And as always, happy foam flinging.